I said, yeah. He goes, well, if you see that high rye bourbon, let me know. I said, all right, I'll let you know. And I saw a store that dropped it, and it was came and it went. And then another store that I go to frequently had it on their website. So I sent Gandhi a link, and I said, you should be able to order this and just tell them that I will pick it up. And then 15 minutes later, I get a message from Dave. Hey, I ordered one of those bottles too. Can you pick it up for me? I said, sure, no problem. And I said, well, if I'm picking up a bottle for Gandhi and for Dave, I might as well order one myself. So I went down there and was able to pick up the 3 bottles. And
sure,
they sold out that day. Later on that day, they were all gone. So
that was a good pop.
Yeah.
I'm using the Stay Trashy.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Actually,
I figured I'd overpour this one because that's what I'll drink this for the rest of the night.
You guys are one up of me already. I just went with a regular Glen. See?
Okay, I just poured 4 ounces. Okay, so
okay. Yeah, you can go pretty deep on those glasses.
It's gonna be a good one.
You got to be careful. So, you know what I mean? Get you in trouble, Gandhi.
But so these glasses, I was saying, I love them. The nose you get on this thing is incredible. But if you do have one of these glasses, be very careful because it's not a Glencairn. It holds a lot of liquid. So you got to pour shallow. Otherwise, you can get messed up pretty quickly. And you're like, man, I only had one drink. Why am I feeling the way I feel? Because these glasses are deep. So you don't want to go too deep. And that's what she said.
So without further ado, let me bring the man, the myth, the legend up here. Mr. Whiskey Wisdom himself. So hold on a second. Let me get him up here on stage.
Man, I really don't want to be on this show. Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing, Mikey?
What's going on, Matt?
I love that intro, man. Just a silent countdown. Everybody can just appreciate their own thoughts. A little meditation. It was nice.
When I started watching and everything like that, I think I was hanging out with RJ, and he said, "Hey, my buddy's going back to streaming. We got to watch him and everything like that." So he gave us a link, and we all jumped on your show on Friday night. And I remember sitting there when your show started, I was like, "Holy shit!" I said, "Look at this." You had all that intro stuff and all. I was like, "Wow, this guy's like, I said, what the hell is he? How the hell does he do all this shit, man?" You know, and then your camera came up and you were standing where you're standing and the bottles. I was like, my God, look at all the bottles this guy got. Little did I know we become friends. It's kind of crazy.
There you go.
So that would have been funny if I fell down. I just realized there's a little groundhog.
It's a Saturday night. Gonna know why. We're rolling live with WV Bourbon Guy. Hey! Glass on the table, bottle in hand. We're talking hometown stories from a laid-back land. From the hills to your sofa, come and pull up a chair. We're sharing poles with friends, glad to see you there. WV Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight, sharing poles with friends, everything feel light. Hit that like, drop a comment, pull up and stay, sharing the fun, don't you click away. WV Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight, yeah, we're sharing poles with friends by the neon light. a little slow burn. Every sip's a good excuse to laugh and learn. So tell us where you're watching, top your story in the line. Hit that share for the party, let it spread online. WB Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight. Sharing pose with friends, everything feels right. Hit that like, drop a comment, pull up and stay. Sharing the fun, don't you click away. WB Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight. Yeah, we're sharing pose with friends by the neon light. Oh yeah. Raise that glass to the chat rolling by. Oh yeah. We're all side by side under one brown sky. WB Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight. Sharing pause with friends, everything feels right. Hit that like, top a comment, pull up and stay. Sharing the fun, don't you click away. WB Bourbon Guy, we're live tonight. Sharing pause with friends on a Saturday
Alrighty. Welcome, everybody. Cheers to you. Happy Saturday night. And Dennis, congratulations to you, buddy. You're the recipient of a free ducky duck tonight in our duck race. Let me just write this down so I don't forget for later. Congrats. Yeah. And cheers, everybody. Another Saturday night, right? Gonna have some fun. See, we got some people in here tonight, so appreciate you all joining and coming to hang out and have some fun. And we'll go from there, right? So today was another crazy day for me. I don't know why I get these crazy ideas to do this stuff on Saturday. So I'll recap where I was, what I did, and all that kind of fun stuff in a few minutes. But wanted to get a few, I guess, channel announcements out on some upcoming things that we're going to be doing. So number one, next week, another live stream. I'm going to do probably another blind. I'll come up with an idea, probably, I don't know, sometime Monday, Tuesday, and maybe try to get a thumbnail out early. To next week, I'm actually going to be going to another bottle share on Saturday. And hopefully we'll get back in enough time and not have too many pours like I did last week, and just be able to rock and roll. And then Saturday after that, I think it's the second Saturday in May, and that's going to be a special night. So we have a private group that or small group that we've been doing now for over a year, doing blinds. And I kind of pinch myself every time that I think about this because of who I happen to be in a group with that does these kind of blind battles. And I'm referring to, so it's CA Scotty, it's Dave V, it's Gandy, it's Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, and the Bakers. So I still wonder how the hell did I get included in this mess, but I'm part of the group. And they have a blind of mine that I sent out. So they've all agreed to do the blind as part of the live stream. So We'll have a full screen that night. There will be a lot of people on stage, and you guys all get a little bit of a glimpse into kind of what our blind battles are about, and kind of somewhere where I want to take the show with regards to sharing a pour with a friend and hanging out and that kind of stuff. So, and along those lines, on the 16th of May, Miss Sandy Jones is going to be joining me on the show. So our friend Silly Yorkie, Miss Tracy, was kind enough to send myself and Sandy some samples in a blind. And Sandy's going to come on. We're going to hang out a little bit, chat, and we're going to sip through these samples. So hopefully it'll be a good time, and we're going to have some fun. So there is, I believe, I know some people have been signing up, and I got to get a hold of you and communicate, try to set some dates. There is a link in the description of the video and in some of my recent videos where I've got, it's a Google form. You sign up if you want to do the Beyond the Shelf, or if you want to do the Share Pours with Friends segments, whatever works for you. Go ahead and check that out. Sign up, and let's get you part of the show, and we'll have a grand old time. So let me get to saying hello to everybody, and then I will go into what we're going to do this evening and move on from there. So my buddy Dave, always constantly reminding you, thank you, Dave, being the first one here. Cheers to you. Mr. Jeremy Dirks, cheers to you, buddy. Charles, cheers to you. And Charles, cheers to you. And of course, I get a text message. Hey, Charles is trying to get 2 ducks. And you'll never guess who sent the text. I'm not going to name any names. But cheers, everybody. You guys, appreciate you all being here. Let's see. Hey, Torp, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. I saw Renstrom. There he is, Mr. Renstrom. Cheers to you, buddy. So, Mr. Patrick Littledew. So I was texting Patrick today. I was down in Baltimore today and went to Drug City, and we're hanging out in there, and I ran in. So we're sitting at the bar, and somebody comes walking in, and the guy was sitting next to turns around. He goes, "Hey, it's the barrel guy or the barrel man." So it was it Barrel Man Drinks. So he walked in today, was hanging out. He was coming in trying to get a bottle of, I believe, one of the Dream Spirits they had. So Oliver was there. So pretty cool. Cheers, Patrick. Appreciate you being here. Peter White, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. Alrighty. I know the chat is blowing up. Charlie, cheers to you. Or should I call you Mr. Old Rick? Bourbon and Balls, Old Rick. I don't know. You guys are crazy. Hope you got your car washed nice and clean, Charlie. Alrighty. Mr. Brian Callahan, our favorite Idaho potato. CJP is in the house. Cheers to you, Corey. Mr. Rob, everybody's favorite shit show supervisor. Cheers, Rob. Glad those samples made it to you in one piece and no issues. Let's see. Jerry, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. There's Mr. Dennis. Cheers to you, Dennis. Congrats on winning that free duck for tonight. And I'm going to go over the duck race and what's going on this evening here in a little bit. We just get down through the hellos and the cheers. Cheers, Jim. Appreciate you being here. Are your Sabres going to do it? What do you think? I don't know. They looked pretty good the other night. Was happy to see them win. Even though I'm a Capitals fan, so they're not in it this year. Christy, cheers to you. There she is, Miss Silly Yorkie. Hey, Tracy, cheers to you. They did the wild win. I was watching. It went to overtime, and then I had to come down here to get things turned on. So if you respond, I'm sure I'll see it. I'm still going through chat. Alrighty. Poor decisions, Perry. Cheers to you. Appreciate you guys being here. Alrighty. A lot of back and forth, back and forth. Everyone's saying hello. Cheers, Josh. Appreciate you being here. At some point, I need to get a bigger computer screen or get bigger fonts. I don't know. Mr. Gandy Road, cheers to you, buddy. Hopefully you survived the trip with Charlie. Alrighty. I think we're nearing to the bottom. Let me see here. So, as I near the bottom, what is... Cheers, Gary. Appreciate you being here. Mr. John Shanks from Yorktown, VA. Cheers, John. Appreciate you being here, buddy. What's everybody sipping on tonight? I did not do an opening pour. Again, I had a few little samples and things today. So, Jeremy, I'm not sure if I got you before, but cheers. Appreciate you being here. Trying to remember who I got, talk, and all this stuff. I tell you, my old mind can't handle it. Alrighty. I think we're nearing the end. Apologize for me being quiet and silent. I'm trying to concentrate, making sure I didn't meet anybody. There's my future guest. Cheers, Miss Sandy. Can't wait for you to jump on the show. I know people who hang out in the backstage, and some of you lucky people met Sandy at Spillway this past or a week ago. But she's going to join the show again on I think the 16th of May is what we're trying to zero in on. But we'll confirm that, and we'll make sure that everybody knows. And Tracy's the one that sent us the samples. So thank you, Tracy. Appreciate that. Whiskey Bill, cheers to you, sir. Righty. I thought it was at the end. What's up, Eric? Appreciate you being here. Live from the patio. Cheers to you. So I was trying to get down to Spillway. It would have been a 14-hour ride for me, but hopefully you guys are heading to Bourbon on the Banks. I will be there. Looking forward to meeting everybody. Alrighty. Live from the patio again. Whew. And Eric, appreciate you share. Anybody who has a channel, if you want to go ahead and share, please do. Thank you. Oops. Did I miss somebody? Hold on. Gandy's saying hello to somebody, and I don't. Oh. Cheers, Janet. Thank you for joining us. That's I guess a new name that has popped up. I don't recall seeing you saying hello to people. So welcome. Cheers to you. Everyone say hello. That would be awesome. And let's see here. I think we're getting to the end, hopefully. Maybe not. So Charlie always says this correctly, and I screw it up. So it's Snow Baboon. So make sure I said that correctly, or just give me your first name and I'll make sure I put it in memory, and I will say hello to you that way. Cheers, Mike. Hope you're doing well, and be safe out there, please. And thank you for your service. What's up, sweet Cindy? Cheers to you. Wilmington Piper, cheers to you. Joining from your phone. I do that during the week, and I hate it because it's hard to freaking type. I have big, fat Italian fingers, and it doesn't work on a small keyboard. And I always seem to mistype stuff. And when you mistype something, it's always when you hit enter and then some gibberish pops in the chat and you're like, oh. And unfortunately, YouTube doesn't let you go in there and edit. It can only let you delete, but I don't think it actually ever deletes. It still shows up. People can see what the hell you typed. So, which sucks. Righty. I think here he is, Mr. Hazmat himself, DBW. Cheers. Cheers, Miss Lori J. Appreciate you being here. Would have loved to have met you and Richie down at Spillway, but don't know if you guys are heading up to Bourbon on the Banks, but if you are, would love to say hello. Dark Heart Whiskey. Cheers to you. That's a new name for me. Welcome. Cheers. Ooh, you guys are busy, busy, busy tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, man. I think we're... Nope. What's up, Mr. Chad from Bourbon and Balls? Hopefully you're doing well. Or should I call you Monty? Cheers, BBE. Appreciate you being here. We've got two of the Sabres fans in the house. You know, fortunately, like I said, I'm a Capitals fan, and I'm a long-suffering, very long-suffering New York Jet fan. So, Christian, appreciate you being here. Cheers to you. Righty, where are we at? Holy jeez. I don't want to miss anybody, so bear with me, everybody. Bear with me as I start to scroll down here and scroll and scroll and scan, scroll and scan, scroll and scan. Righty, I think. What's up, C.A. Scotty? Cheers to you. Glad you can join us. I'm not sure where you're at in the ocean right now, but appreciate you jumping on. Mrs. Appalachian Bourbon, cheers to you. Love your guys' videos, the video quality. You guys are on point. Love it. Love the switching of the cameras and everything like that. If you guys haven't subscribed, go subscribe to their channel. Mr. Richie J, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. Righty. I thought it was at the end. Oh, my goodness gracious. Alrighty. I might just, let's see here. The StreamYard thing, they only give you a small, I don't want to pop out the chat because then it blocks way too much stuff. So, oh, am I, ooh, look at that. I think I hit the end. Alrighty. Awesome. Cool. Again, appreciate everybody joining. Thank you all for being here. So tonight I am actually, I picked up recently the Sazerac Full Proof Rye and the A126, which is the Elijah Craig barrel proof. And then I picked up a Peerless single barrel. So the Peerless is probably the lowest proof point, but what I wanted to do in doing this blind was these are all not kind of close in proof, but not really, but they're all, I believe, barely legal rye. So they're all in that 51% rye range for mash bill. So even though the proof may be a little off, especially in the Peerless being below all the other ones. So obviously Saz is 125, the Old Forester's 129, and the Elijah Craig's 120, and my Peerless is 112.4. So that's going to be the lowest proof, but you know, I was trying to get more mash bill than proof and everything like that. So this is going to be the samples for the duck race, and then you just got to let me know, do you want them labeled what they are, or do you want them set up in a blind so you can go ahead and do the blind? And I'm going to do, so the way I do my blinds, again, I am getting ready to acquire. I don't know what it's called. It's the thing that's 3D printed. It's the blind thing with the barrel, whatever. I know there's a certain name to it. Charlie has one, and he has an extra one, and he's gonna be nice enough to send it over to me, and so I can use it on the channel. But I kind of came up with this crazy method. So I pour my blinds in the 1 ounce samples unmarked, and on the bottom I have it marked what blind what it is. And yeah, guys, I know everyone made fun of my green Crown Royal bag, so I got my purple one, fancy schmancy, and I'm gonna drop these bad boys in here, trying not to break them. And I've been mixing these up last night after I poured them and everything like that. So I'm just gonna get those in here, and we're gonna go ahead and pull those out in a few minutes and get them poured into the Glens, and we're gonna do the blinds. And then, depending on the time frame of me going through this and everything like that, I am probably gonna do 2 duck races tonight. One is gonna be for this, and then another one is gonna be for four samples of some single barrels that I have. All right, so they will all be some single barrel picks that I've had, maybe ones that I've already featured on the show, and some samples or anything like that. So we're going to do two races tonight. So we'll make sure I wanted to announce that and get that out. So let me do this real quick before I forget. I think some people have already been doing this. So that's for Venmo. And then those of you who do PayPal, you have my PayPal information. So please go ahead and you guys can send that over however you want to do it. And let me put that up there. Okay, cool. I think we're almost official now. Hey, all right. I know I saw some. What's up, Richie Z? Appreciate you being here. I saw people saying hello to you, and I was in a thought, and I didn't want to interrupt myself. So oops, hold on. I saw another name. Someone saying hello. Maybe I'm nope. I missed. I thought I saw somebody different in there, but I did not. Okay, cool. So that's going to be the blind tonight, and then I'm going to talk about. So I try to at least highlight a couple of other YouTube channels. So if I'm not watching sports and stuff like that, I don't watch broadcast TV. I don't watch the news. It's too damn depressing. So I will watch, or I listen to WhiskeyTube or listen to YouTube during the day, podcasts and that kind of stuff while I'm driving, if I'm not listening to music. And then at night, usually if I'm hanging out, watching a live or just thumbing through different YouTube stuff and everything. So when new channels pop into my feed, in my shorts feed and in my video feeds, I will check them out, watch a few videos, that kind of stuff. And I always check, if they're just starting out, kind of low on subscribers, that kind of stuff. My whole thing is, let's share, bring some light to these channels. If you haven't already subscribed, go check them out. If you like what you see, subscribe, say hello, comment on some of their videos, and let them know that I sent you. And then the goal is that maybe some of their subscribers will turn around and come back and subscribe to my channel, and we help each other out and grow. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do in building that kind of community and everything like that. We're not competitors. We're all just enthusiasts about whiskey and bourbon, and just doing our thing. So, we're no one's getting rich anytime soon doing what we're doing. So that's kind of my goal and everything. So, one of the things that actually what I did today. So today I made a trek to Baltimore. So I am very close to the Maryland border, very close to the Virginia border. So I'm pretty fortunate where I'm at. I'm not close to Kentucky, which maybe it's a good thing. But I took a ride. I was down at Sagamore today. So today, yesterday was their 9-year anniversary, and they dropped a. Let me see if I can. Trying to find out what bag it was in. So they dropped a distillery only. So this is a pot stilled series. It's a malt rye whiskey, and it's coming in at, so it's 100 proof, okay? And this is 66% malted rye and 34% rye. And I picked this up today. I picked one. Actually, I got one for myself, and I got one for my buddy C.A. Scotty. So he wanted one. So I was not going to get one. And then they were giving out samples. And I said, well, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Big mistake, you know. God, now I like it. Now I didn't want to buy it. So I ended up buying a bottle of that. Very, very good. I'm not a malt guy, and that was actually pretty good. Then I was going to go over to Baltimore Spirit Company and just come home, but it's around lunchtime. I was hungry. So I'm not far from Drug City. Let me drive over to Drug City. So those of you who are not familiar with the DMV area, Drug City is a drugstore that is also a liquor store that is also has a fountain. So the fountain, you can go and you can buy pours and everything. So I went there today, looked around, saw some pretty good prices on bottles. I mean, they had a Joseph Magnus cigar blend. I think it was $146. That's probably the cheapest I've ever seen a cigar blend. Now, I didn't pick it up, just didn't have the budget for that kind of stuff. But you know, I grabbed a I grabbed the Screaming Titan. It was $40-something. I was like, well, shoot, I'd never seen a Screaming Titan that low before. Usually they're 60 plus, close to 70 in most markets. So I grabbed that. I had a pour of a Michter's 10 bourbon, and then let me see. Thought I had this up. Bear with me 1 second. See if I can pull up my pictures from today, and I can show you. I think it's called. Yeah. So the Blender's Stash was the bottle that I tried today, and this is a 8-year-old Willet weeded, and it is, let's see, 114.8 proof. So let me see if I could add this to the old studio. Bear with me 1 sec real quick. Oops. I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't, so I apologize. Alrighty. So hopefully, oops, I shared it, but I didn't. There we go. So this is the Blender Stash. So it's an 8-year Willet, and I guess these are supposed to be pretty pricey. And it was a good pour. This was the name of this. Oops, that was the price list. Let's see. The name of this one was Planet Caramel, and it was caramel. It was very, very good. And I'm not a huge. I don't like Willet juice. I mean, they had purple tops there too, and you know, you could have gotten. Let's see. I think you can do a flight of Willet, and even that one. They had 2 or 3 bottles of those available. I think you can do 3 pours, and it was $40, and they're half ounce pours. So that's not too bad. That was a $15 pour, and then the Michter's was, I think it was a $10 pour for the Michter's 10. So it's not a bad day. I had a nice club sandwich. So we were sitting there, and mentioned it before in the intro. I met George Kane. So George is in, I think, 21090s Discord. He's in the B-More Whiskey Group Discord and everything. And he had actually sent, so one of the videos I did a while back, it was the Maryland blind. It was all maple finishes. So George is the one who sent me that blind. And we're sitting there chatting for like 40 minutes, an hour. And then I'm getting ready to leave. And he goes, my name's George. Oh, nice to meet you. I mean, like that. I said, what's your last name? He goes, Kane. I said, holy shit. I said, I told him who I was. And he goes, oh man. He goes, didn't I send you a blind? I said, yep. So I sat back down. We started talking again and everything like that. So it was kind of funny. We're sitting there talking about whiskey, bourbon, and everything like that. And unbeknownst to me, he was the guy that sent me a blind. So I sent him a link to the video and everything like that, which is pretty cool. So, and then we were both sitting there, and George kind of turns around. And he goes, "Oh my God, it's the Barrel Man." I said, "Barrel Man." I turned around. It was Oliver, Barrel Man Drinks. He was coming into town. They have Drug City had I think it was a 19-year. It's either a 19-year Heaven Hill or a 19-year Bardstown sourced Dream Spirit bottle. So they did a single barrel. It was pretty pricey, and I was like, I looked at it. I said, "Oh, that's really nice." I said, "But it's way over my budget." And I guess he was coming in to take a look at that. So maybe check his content out if he posts it. That's where he got it from. He had never been to Drug City before, and he had never been into the fountain, so he needed to run back home. So he said he's definitely going to make another visit. So if you're ever in the Baltimore market, go down there. It's a blast. It is a great place to go. And I know Charlie, Gandy, Dave, Keith, Ernest, Peacock was there. CJP went down there, and we were in for the 21090 event. So it's a pretty cool thing. And all righty, hold on a second. I'm seeing some new names pop up. Cheers, Scott. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for hanging out and joining on a Saturday. I thought I saw a couple of them. Let me see here real quick. The chat is just flying by. I got to. Ooh, cheers, Bourbon Theory. I was hanging out on their live earlier. I got home. I was cooking my dinner, and got a notification that they were live. Went in there, said hello, and everything like that. So yeah. Go check out their channel. I think I highlighted their channel a few weeks ago and everything like that. So if you guys haven't, go check out their channel. They film tons of hunts and everything like that, and doing good stuff. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Oh, I think we're good. Alrighty. So that was my day today. Of course, I get home and I eat dinner, and I sit down and I start doing the nod. I put my feet up on my hassock. So watching the hockey game, and who won? Did Minnesota win? Did Dallas win? I didn't see an update. So if somebody could let me know, that would be cool. You know what I mean? Thank you. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you. Hey, Brad. Cheers to you. Righty. Let's see. Okay. Thought something else popped up in there. Getting distracted. Squirrel. So, yeah. So Drug City was a blast today. And then I went over to Baltimore Spirits after going to Drug City because, so Baltimore Spirits, they do Epic or Epoch as people call them. It's EPOCH. And I wanted to get down there because once a year, they actually release a bourbon. So they're known for their ryes. They are a Maryland rye. And they have a cask strength bourbon and they have a bottled and bond version. Oh, awesome. So the series is tied 2-2. That's cool. Congratulations to the Wild fans. Epic does this bourbon once a year, and I wanted to try it. It was just kind of interesting. So had a pour of the cask strength. It very, very good, right? They're pot still. They do open wood fermentation tanks and everything like that. But it didn't just wow me or knock me back or anything like that. So I have the 21090 pick from them. I have a Whiskey University bottle that is phenomenal. And I tried their cask strength. So where does that? Oh, let's see here. So I tried this, and this was just awesome. So it's 128.6 proof. So that is let's see if it's gonna, too much freaking light over here. All right, let me pull it back this way. Nope. Go up real close. So it's a 6-year cask strength rye. So this is 100% rye. It's a Maryland rye. I can't remember exact the mash bill. If I can, maybe I'll pull it up, or I know Mr. Renstrom is pretty good at that. You can post it posted in the chat. So if these guys are no longer going to be doing distribution, so it's going to be distillery only. So if you get into the Baltimore area, go visit these guys too. They're putting out some absolute banger bottles and everything like that. Oop. Hey, Chad, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. So get on over to his channel. I know he's close to a goal on his on what he's trying to get to and everything like that. If you haven't subscribed, go check out Little Old Fashioned. Righty. Oop. Just missed somebody. Hey, Orlando, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. Ready? New comments. Okay, cool. So that was my day today. Wasn't planning on hitting all three places. I was going to go Sagamore, Baltimore Spirits home. Made a pit stop at Drug City, and it was cool. So I got to try two things that I'll probably never drink, never own a bottle of, and it was cool. So let's get to pouring up these things. So these things have been mixed up in the bag. Got my 4 blends. So I think I asked before, but I don't know. Almost to 11K. Awesome. Let's get them to 11,000 subscribers, man. If you haven't subscribed to Little Old Fashioned, get over there. What's everybody drinking tonight? You know, it's Saturday. It's the weekend. It's kind of crappy weather here on the East Coast. It's raining. A little cold. It's cold down here in the basement. I've got my long sleeve shirt on. I was in short sleeves, and I said I have shorts on, but I was in short sleeves and shorts most of this week down here when I would come down and hang out. And today I am in shorts and a long sleeve shirt here. So trying to stay warm. My air conditioning and my heat here doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know if it should cool us down or heat us up. So on the bottom of these bottles are stickers, and they correspond to what the pours are. And so I'm going to go through these bad boys. And again, somebody's going to win this here, and then we're going to do a second race for just some single barrels. Oh, did that sticker? Oh, no. Please don't. Did it? No, it didn't. Okay, it's still there. I didn't feel it. It gave me a little heart attack. That would have sucked. Alrighty, get these poured in here. So I know Charles was excited when he saw I was doing a rye blind, the rye guy himself. So yeah, so I've done reviews. So I am not a rye guy, even though the bottles that I showed and I picked up today, they're all ryes. But I am not a rye guy. I am more a traditional bourbon dude. I love bourbon, love whiskey, starting to appreciate light whiskey. Soon we're going to be doing a blind. Scotty's got a blind coming out to us, all scotches. We're doing peat and then non-peat. So another rabbit hole for us all to go down. But I'm not traditionally a rye guy. And I am more just traditional bourbon, and just that's what I enjoy. But I appreciate ryes. Now, the Sazerac rye and the Elijah Craig, I did reviews on them, and they're good. But for me, they're not my jam. I mean, it's just wasn't something that I'll drink them. I'll sample them out and share them, but it's not something I'm going to try to chase. It's just not me. I mean, I called Charles today about if he was interested in a bottle of the Sagamore, and I totally forgot. He gets a weird note on Sagamore. He just doesn't enjoy it. So, everybody has their favorites and their things, what they enjoy. Mine happens to be I'm a bourbon and whiskey guy. That's it. So these are all good ryes. I enjoy drinking them, but if I had a choice, I would probably go with something else on a rye. I'm a 95.5 MGP person, higher age stated, and this is like dark fruits and molasses and plum and date. Love it. love that kind of note in a rye. The grass dilly, no, not me. And I get some of that in some of these pours, but we're going to get into this now. My scoring method. Where do you get a pen and paper? Because this is really sophisticated. So I do the nose, the palate, and then finish. Right? There's 4 pours. So my scores are going to be 1 through 4. 1 being the best, 4 being the worst, or the least favorite. Can't say worst. And the one with the lowest score would win the particular blind. So it's very simplistic, very easy. You know, I'm more of a doing a review, thumbs up, and I go, or I'm going to do thumbs down. There's only been a handful of whiskeys that I've ever had where I've gone thumbs down. I'm a firm believer in there's a whiskey for everybody. So, I mean, there's a reason why some whiskeys are still on the shelf and people still drink them. And a lot of people just ignore them. So, you know, I don't think there's any bad whiskey. It's everybody has a different palate, just the way it works, right? So, Mr. Elijah Craig, I see everybody cheers in you. Cheers to you, buddy. Appreciate you being here. All righty. So, these are numbered 1 through 4, and for all intents purposes, I'm going to go from my left to right. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then this is 4. And I know you guys, the camera's just a little bit up. Let me see. I might be able to see if I can just do a little tilty. There we go. I can see the tops of the glens a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my left to right. I don't know what that is for you guys, but we're going to do nose, palate, finish. I'm going to nose them all first, score it, have a sip, score it, and then go back, nose, and score again, and we'll be good to go. And hopefully this won't take too long. But so I know, obviously Charles, the rye guy, he's in the ryes. I mean, what's your favorite or what's your go-to rye? If you had to say, I want to drink a rye tonight, what's it going to be? What is everybody's favorite? Let's hear from you guys in chat. Okay. So I get a lot of these are muted for me, man. Like this is, I get a little bit of mint, a little bit of dill. I don't get much oak or caramel or anything like that. No, Richie, Silver Springs. Yeah, that's a good one. A little bit of light fruit. Okay. Number 2. This one smells really good. Wow. This one I get a little bit of some dark fruit in there, which is my favorite thing from a rye perspective and everything like that. Yep, everyone's saying Silver Springs and the Saz. Okay. Dennis, I saw the benchmark rye in the Virginia ABC this past week. It was $16. I did not get it, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should have. I don't know how it is. I've seen Bourbon Drop did a review on it. He said it's good, but it's so-so. You know what I mean? That one's got a pretty decent nose. Alrighty, so number 2, I'm going to give a little, maybe Mark 2. That one's the leader in the clubhouse right now. Yep, this one's similar to number 1. Probably should have poured these up earlier and just let them sit open and everything like that, but get a little bit of ethanol in this one. So, and this has got pretty decent color, viscosity on the glass. Okay. Let's see what everybody else is saying about their ryes. Gandy, the A120. Well, hey, that what I got? Yeah, the A126 is in here tonight. Hopefully I don't upset you or piss you off or anything like that if I don't score it good. And I love Elijah Craig. If you look at my shelf over here, I have tons of Elijah Craig. I am an Elijah Craig fanboy, and I actually enjoyed last year when the 94 proof toasted rye came out. I loved that bottle. Actually, it was 2 years ago. I remember I got it at the distillery, and it hadn't been released yet, and it was phenomenal. This one, more dill too. Yeah, none of these are really blown me out of the water on the nose. But if I had to rate it, number 2 is number 1. Number 3 would be number 2. 4 is 3, and 1 is 4. Okay. So, Mr. Renstrom, if you're keeping score, number 1 has 4. Number 2 has 1. Number 3 has 2. And number 4 has 3. Say that 5 times fast. All righty. So that's the nose. Let's get on the palate. So I'm going to go in reverse order for the palate. Let me just see here. Okay. Cheers to everyone. Happy Saturday evening, and thank you for being here. Okay. Right off the bat, pepper, rye spice, boom, proof. So it's got to be one of the higher proof ones. Nice long Kentucky hug. Pepper, rye spice right off the bat, and then a little bit of maybe fruit, like maybe some, I don't know. I get a lot of citrus on some of these barely legal ryes, so I would say maybe a little citrusiness in there, but not too bad. Okay, I'm going to just put that there for now, and we'll score the other ones. Try to remember to rinse out between these things. Righty. So I know a lot of people in chat have channels and everything like that, but for those of you who are not necessarily in front of the camera, do you do blinds at home? Do you like doing blinds? I mean, what's kind of the what's up, Mr. Rick Moreland? Yes, the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye is probably one of my favorite ones if I was going to drink one. But in this thing here, the flavor on that is so easy to pick out. I didn't think it would be fair to include it in this particular blind that I'm doing here this evening. And this one here had the second best nose, but okay. Definitely rye spice all over your tongue and a little bit of citrus. Not much else. Kind of, I don't know. It's good, but it kind of falls off pretty quickly. So, alrighty. I'm going to put a small score there and see what happens. Let's go on to number 2. Oh, man. So what's everybody, so I know what's been dropping lately. I actually picked up walked into a Virginia ABC in this small little podunk town down there, Charlottesville, Virginia, and it was down there for work. Was it this week or last? I can't remember if it was last week or this week. And walked in, and I didn't see it. The store employee pointed it out to another person in the store, and my heart just sunk. I'm like, oh my God, did he just say what I think he said? And I said, please don't grab that bottle. Please don't grab that bottle. And They had it, and then they put it back, and they walked to the next couple of aisles, and I went right over and grabbed it. So I got an Elijah Craig 15 from the Virginia ABC, which was cool. And I had that. Actually, it was this past week. So I had a pour of that last Saturday at the bottle share that I went to. And I was like, oh, man, this is freaking phenomenal. Maybe I need to find one. And sure enough, like it was 3 days later, I just happened to walk in on one, which was pretty cool. Now, this one did have the best nose. And just looking at it, it's a pretty nice kind of dark copper color. And it's got, looks like pretty good legs and viscosity on it. So I'm thinking this is going to be good on the palate. It looks like it's going to kind of stick there and coat. Ooh, man. That proofy, rye spice, pepper, and then kind of creaminess on the back end. Ooh, like I don't know. There's citrus in there. Kind of get almost kind of weird, like a creamsicle, the vanilla and the orange. So I may have an idea what this is based on my review that I did. So that's pretty good. So I don't know. That might be number 1 in 2 categories. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. So this is the one I did not like on the nose, or at least my least favorite. And I keep forgetting to do a rinse. And I'm trying to keep up, looking at chat, trying to write down stuff. What's up, Tom Black? Cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining. Cheers. Righty. Yep. Charles says they're all ryes. How can I go wrong? I don't know. Oops, wrong one. You guys are moving shit around too fast. Charles, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I appreciate ryes. I like them for what they are and appreciate what they are. But I don't think I'm a rye guy. At least I have a lot of rye whiskey and I enjoy drinking it. But, if I had a choice, I'd be sipping on some nice, deep, rich, caramely, vanilla, oak bourbon. That is my jam. Okay. So that one there is not as much peppery spice and everything like that, but interesting palate. I mean, definitely citrusy, little grassy kind of dill type of a note in there. And again, those aren't my favorite things when it comes to a rye whiskey or whiskey in general. But I mean, it had the nose was kind of muted, but that's not too bad on the palate. Let me see here. Ready. And I when I do these on camera and do these for lives, and even when I'm doing it for hey Thomas, cheers to you. Appreciate you being here. I do have an appreciation for what Jason C does on his lives. Now I don't know if he has help, but the way when he goes through all the glasses he goes through, and then the notes he picks up and everything like that, I don't know how he does it. He's very good at what he does. That might be. Alrighty. I think I got my scores there. So for those of you who are keeping score at home, on the palette, sample number 1 was third. Sample number 2 was second. Sample number 3 was first, and sample number 4 was fourth. Okay. So right now, looking at my page, number 2 and 3 are tied in the coming down the 18th fairway and everything like that. So we'll see who the leader in the clubhouse is going to be here in a second. So I saw Charles' comment before about welcome to the dark side. Yeah, I mean, I will never go out and chase rye and do all that kind of stuff, but I appreciate it for what it is. But yeah, I am. I mean, as the name of my channel shows, West Virginia Bourbon Guy. I'm bourbon. Appreciate certain other whiskeys and stuff like that. Starting to appreciate and get a liking for the American light whiskeys that are out there. Had some single malts that I enjoy. It's not something that I go to often and everything like that. And I live in an area where there are some pretty good single malt distilleries that are very close. Obviously, Old Line in Baltimore. Love their stuff. Virginia Distilling. It's not far. It's in my sales territory. So, they're pretty close. Definitely like those. And then westward, I've had some pours and had some bottles of and everything. And then trying to think what else. Some of the ones out there in the Pacific Northwest, like Copperworks, I've had a couple of samples and different things of them, but Dragon's Milk, I'm not a fan. I've had it, just way too tropical for me. I mean, I just wasn't anything that I enjoyed. So, but starting to get an affiliation from them. But I do like rye whiskey, but I don't love rye whiskey. I guess if that's the way to put it. Alrighty, let's get the final scores in this thing. Start with number 1 again. Not a super long finish. Again, the nose, not really, not a lot going on in the nose. Palate was decent, but not where it needed to be. Finish wise, it doesn't really, there's not much there. It doesn't go super long on the finish and everything like that. So, okay, put that there for that. Get a little rinse. I'm drinking all this water. I'm gonna have to run that. I might have to interrupt the stream for a laboratory visit. My goodness, I feel like my bladder's gonna implode here in a little bit. Drinking all the water I'm drinking. Ooh, now the nose got even better on number 2. Man, wow, that's pretty good. All right. That rye spice, and it does have a nice long balanced finish where it doesn't drop off a ledge. It kind of gradually just fades into the back there. That's actually pretty good. Okay, let a little sip. 2. All right. This is number 3. Okay. It's going to be a battle between these two. Now, to finish there, again, a little longer. Get a little bit of some dark fruit in there. Not much, but a little bit. And definitely the rye spice and everything like that. So I think these two are kind of I'm going to put them neck and neck. Let me see if number 4 can redeem itself here or not. Righty. No, I mean, nose still where it is. No, and that one just doesn't have much of a finish compared to these three. So put that one there. So that's, I know where that's coming in. So let me go back and see if this guy's gonna redeem itself or not. That has got some serious like rice. I mean, it just coats you on there. Hey, Bobby. Appreciate you being here. Cheers to you. So, yeah, that one there, it's probably going to stay right where it's been. So that one there, all righty. So it is going to be between these two. I'm gonna be like splitting hairs here. These two are pretty good in the center. All right. Well, all righty. So we have, I think, not a unanimous. But yeah, it's a unit. So okay, that one there, and this one is 5. And Renstrom, you can double check my math because I know you are very good at this. So on the finish there, number 1, 3, number 2, 1, number 3, 2, number 4, 4. So on my elementary math, I have number 1 with 10 points, number 2 with 4 points, number 5 with 5, number 3 with 5 points, and then number 4 with 11. So number 2 is going to be the overall top one in this particular blind because it has 4 points. So the one with the least amount is going to be the one that's going to come in on top. All righty. So any guesses on what the one that came in last in this blind? Based on the bottles that you saw that I'm doing, is there any guesses in chat before I do a reveal? So it's a Peerless single barrel. It is an Elijah Craig, the A126. It is the Saz 125, and then it is the Old Forester single barrel green label. So number 4. Somebody's okay. Sandy's saying it's Old Forester. I'm thinking it may be It may be the Peerless, but I am not sure. So that is sample number 1, and that is the Peerless. So the way this was, sample number 1 was Peerless, sample number 2 was Elijah Craig, 3 was, and these are the numbers on the bottom of the bottles, not the order here. 3 was the Saz, and then 4 was the Old Forester. So coming in last, this is sample number 1. So that was the Peerless, and I didn't think, just based on the proof, it might not have been a fair fight for that particular bottle. It's good, but against these other ones, you know, maybe just not worth, not really up to the challenge, I guess, and everything like that. And again, it's the lowest proof. And the problem was the other bottles that I had that was in the proof range of these other 3 were ones that I would pick out instantly, like the Epics, the Tumble and Dice. Those have very, very distinct rye flavors for me, and those are the ones that I appreciate. So these all have a very similar taste profile. So that's why I kind of lump these into a blind. All right, so coming in third with a total of 10 points was sample number 1 here, and that was number 3. Oh my God, it's going to surprise a lot of people. So coming in third is sample number 3, and number 3 is the Saz 125 proof. Interesting. I know everybody says that is the I guess a great bottle for the price and everything like that. So I'm going to put an asterisk here because I'm not a huge Buffalo Trace fan. Just not. And not that I don't like the distillery, but just not. I mean, I just don't tend to the Buffalo Trace profile. That is good. And when I got it, I drank it. I was like, okay, this is a good pour. I don't know why people are going crazy for it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, my palate. And again, every palate's different. So, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry there, Sandy saying it's rigged. Dark Art saying it's his poor heart. Oh, Jesus. Williams said, finally tried the Saz. It's so good. Go Bourbon. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. So the 2 that are still in here, it's the Old Forester and it's the Elijah Craig. So coming in third with a score of 5 is this one, which is actually sample number 3, and that is number 2, and that is the Elijah Craig. Wow, interesting. So the Elijah Craig barrel proof came in third, and for me, number 1 was the Old Forester. Interesting. So full disclosure, I think so. The first rye that I ever tried, was a Rittenhouse 100 proof bottle and bond. It was non-offensive and everything like that. The second rye that I ever tried was the Old Forester 100 proof shelf product, and I absolutely loved that bottle. It had very, very bourbon-esque type of notes. So for my palate, that kind of fits in. And this one here, so this is it's 129. It is a Warehouse H floor number 7. So this is the highest proof of the bunch at 129 proof. So happy to have it. I think the other bottle that I had, I did that in a raffle a few weeks back, and Mr. Patrick Littledew has that in his establishment. And Patrick, got to try that bottle, buddy. You got to crack that bad boy open. You know, the Elijah Craig. This is one that I just recently picked up. So this is 120.4 proof. So this is the third lowest proof point in this thing. It's 11 year, 11 months, just shy of 12 year. It's the A. It's written on there really light. The A126. That came in second. And then obviously third was the Sazerac. And again, for a $35 bottle, that is a good bottle. It's just, I mean, I think the Old Forester in the Virginia ABC, I think that was $79. The Elijah Craig, I think was 75 or $79. So if you look at this, and the Peerless, I think that I got, that's a local single barrel pick from a local store in West Virginia. And that was, I think, 80. That was probably the highest price. It was 80. I think it was $89. And then the Sazerac is what, 30, 34, 30 bucks, whatever it may be. So, I mean, Saz came in third, but as far as value, that's probably right up there. I mean, it's a great pour for the value and the price and everything like that. So that's where we're at with this lovely blind. So you guys can go ahead and call me a trash pallet, whatever you like. I'm a big boy. I can take it and all that kind of fun stuff and everything like that. So, again, this will be one of the races for this evening. So someone, lucky person, is going to get this as a blind. And you tell me, do you want, so whoever wins that race, you could tell me either in an email or in chat tonight what your preference is. Do you want it as a blind? And what I'll do is I'll print the label on the bottle and I'll put either electrical tape or some type of tape on top of the label so you can't see what it is, or I'll just send it to you straight up. You know what I mean? So Charles is just glad that I'm trying Rise. I hear you, buddy. And I know Mr. Elijah Craig loves his old faux single barrels. Yes, they're very good, Mike. Yep. Now, I could have thrown a single Silver Spring in here. I know Richie has been talking about Silver Spring tonight. Those are phenomenal bottles, but they're different. I mean, I would have known what that was as soon as I sipped it. Same thing with the Epic. So I have, where the hell is it? I think it's back here. Oh, wait, hold on. Where did it go? Oh, it's up here. All right. So this is our friends at 21090. This is their Epic pick. Right. So this thing is, man, it's a roller coaster ride of a rye. Absolutely incredible. 100% rye. It's 124.8 proof. And then I have, it's on my kill table. So this is another Epic. So I'm part of Whiskey University. This is another single barrel that Epic did. This is a Whiskey University single barrel. So this is 131.4 proof. I do have a backup bottle somewhere. Where is it? Is it down there? It's either down there on the bottom shelf, or it's in one of my my cases that I have over there because I don't have enough shelf room. But that is a phenomenal pour. And then I probably could have thrown in this, but I just picked this one up. And this is 128 proof. This is a 100 proof rye. You know what I mean? I do have a lot of ryes. Let's see. Oh, it's good to stand up. If I had to pick a rye, that's my favorite. Tumbling Dice. But again, you put this in a blind, I know what the hell it is. I'm gonna headshot this this bottle because of the flavor profile. That's a 95.5, 7-year-old, and I have 8 years as well. So I would have headshotted those and known what the hell they are. So, and I have some Sagamores in here. I was going to include a Sagamore. This is, again, 110 proof, so it's not high proof. This is one by the Bourbon Judge and Bourbon Hunter. So I do have rye whiskey. It's just, I know what it is because that flavor profile that I enjoy. So it's just, I don't think those would have done well in this blind because I would have picked them out right away. So these kind of fit based on the mash bill and everything. So there you have it. Yes. Alrighty. So I'm going to jump into kind of sharing a couple of channels. Before I do that, I can't believe I'm going to do this here, but if I don't run outside and hit the restroom, I'm going to be doing a dance and it's going to be a nightmare. I drank way too much water in this blind. So bear with me 1 second. Very unprofessional, and I apologize already, but I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. I thought everyone was going to leave. So I apologize. Whew. I feel so much better. Oh my God, that was brutal. I'm sitting there and I'm sipping on the water, and I says, hold on, Mike, you better slow down with the freaking water. You're drinking way too much water and you're going to have a problem. And yeah, I did. So apologize for that. So I'm going to get into, there's two channels. I put their links in the yeah, Bobby, I don't play any games. You got to go out, you got to do what you got to do, and you've got to come back. So one of the great things about living in West Virginia is I'm in my basement and my outside door is right over there, and I have no neighbors, or neighbors can't see me. So, walk out in the grass and do a little watering, which is great. So, yes. Two channels. I put their links in the description here. So these are two channels that I ran across this past week, and they're lower. I guess I think one of them has a little bit. I think both of them have a little bit more subscribers than I do, but I checked out a few of their things. Pretty cool. But so go check them out, see what they're doing and everything like that. So let me see if I can pull this here in. Let's see here. Alrighty. I'll pull this up on stage. I'm going to keep myself down. Let's see. I'm going to myself back up here and click the right button. Alrighty, look at this. I'm learning on the fly. Alrighty. So again, this is the 3 bottles or the 4 bottles that I did in the blind tonight. So this is the first race that we're going to do this evening, right? And then I'm going to do a second race. So if you're in the first race, you're in the second race. There's no additional thing or anything like that. And we're just going to do 4 single barrel samples of some bottles that I have and everything like that. So promise they will be very good single barrels, and hopefully everybody will enjoy that and everything. So let me just close some of this stuff that I have open. Bear me one sec. I gotta pull the other thing. I don't have that the duck race tool actually open yet, so I want to make sure I had that open over here. So if when the time comes, I can start entering names and do all that kind of fun stuff. So I saw, and I don't know if it'll work with I use StreamYard, right? And I was watching Hack and Mac this past Sunday, and they said one of their subscribers or somebody had given them a script or something to pull the Venmos and that kind of stuff, and it kind of put it in their wheel. So I do a duck race, not a wheel. So I don't know if there's something out there. So eventually I can figure something out. I don't use Streamlab, and I know there's some kind of things that'll help you with Streamlab to maybe to do that kind of stuff, but you know, it's not something that I do. So I have to go through and actually kind of pull that stuff in and do all that kind of fun stuff. So that's where we're at there. But so yeah. Now on the single barrel pours, you know what I mean? I was gonna pick 4 bottles, but I guess I can kind of look and see what's back here. So everything that's here is kind of single barrels and everything like that. You know, I can stick to some high proof stuff. I can do other ryes, you know, so let me know what your preference would be, and I'll just kind of pick a couple of things out and stick those in there for the second race, and we're going to go from there and everything like that. So I guess we're almost to the end of the month, right? Next Saturday will be in May, which is absolutely crazy. So May is the birthday month of all my kids. So my daughter's birthday is on the 1st. My oldest son is on the 9th, and then my youngest is on the 30th. So May is a crazy month in our house with birthdays and everything like that. So it'll be a little hectic and crazy around the household. We have 2 of them that were still with us, my oldest and my youngest. My middle one is down in Florida. She is doing the Disney internship program for college and absolutely loving it and having a good old time. So I guess, end of the month, what has been everybody's best pickup for this month as far as a bottle? Something you were chasing, something that you just kind of stumbled into, and again, what was maybe one of your big surprises that you found? Anything out there? Anybody kind of what would be something that would be fun and exciting and everything like that? Oh, Tracy got a Michter's 10 rye. Nice. Those are supposed to be very, very good. Oh, Jerry, everybody's talking about the Broad Branch. I found out about Broad Branch about maybe 6 months ago, and I was trying to figure out how can I get a Broad Branch? How can I, Silbox carried them, but I never pulled the trigger on anything. I wasn't sure how they were, but now everybody's coming back from Spillway saying it was the bottle of the share. So You know, Mr. Keith Clandon, very nice. I know you opened that the other night. Have not seen that in the area, my area at least. So who knows? That is pretty cool. Oops, hold on. Things are flying by here. Okay, so the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B525. Yep. I actually found a bottle of that, and then I got a backup of that. So I do have that open. That is very good pour. Very, very good pour. I'm an Elijah Craig major fan boy. You know what I mean? Okay. Still Austin rye picks. I have one Still Austin. It was a Masson Journey pick that I absolutely love. I see that there's one store in my area that actually carries Still Austin. They carry everything that a Total Wine carries and everything, but they're not a Total Wine. So I guess, you know, just the cash strengths would be really good. And I know the single barrels are probably better, but it's kind of hard. I mean, I know certain groups definitely do single barrels of the Still Austin, but yeah, the one that I have is very, very good. So, oops, Dennis, you have a Larceny, Booker's and Larceny. Nice. You know something? I didn't see in this market in the DC metro area. I saw zero of last year's Larceny anywhere. It's just crazy. Not in the Virginia ABC, not even in Maryland or West Virginia. So it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Important. Yep. The Broad Branch Hazmat. I guess everybody who was at Spillway, that is the seems like the pour of the year. And I mean, that's good for that brand. But I hear they do not produce a whole lot. So if WhiskeyTube and the, you know, the whiskey enthusiast community are excited about that brand and those bottles, those are going to be really, really hard to find. Really, really hard to find when they start becoming available. It's just, you know, word's going to get out there, and things are going to go crazy. You know, I hope they don't become the next Detling where, you know, they kind of limit what they're doing or how they're doing it, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hold on. I saw some other ones in here. So we got a Foolproof store pick. Nice. Now I hear that one, Bobby, is supposed to be really, really good. The cigar blend from Barrel and the Charter Oak. So I am not an American single malt person, but I went down to Virginia Distilling when this thing released, and I have to say, this is a freaking phenomenal pour for the single malt. It has got some interesting flavors. I did a video on it, and I've gone back to this after the video, and it has changed since I did the video. It is pretty cool. When I saw it on Facebook, I saw it on Instagram and a bunch of different social media posts. And I said, well, that just looks so freaking interesting. And I know I don't know if she's master distiller or she's the blending person or anything like that. She's a student of Nancy Fraley's. So I think, was it Nancy was on show this past week? Can't remember. Oh, she was on Marty's show, Whiskey Knows. And she had mentioned that she is going to be making her the girl who's the distiller was on Hack and Mac. Nancy was in the comments, and I guess she's going to be made a master blender or be promoted or something like that, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty good pour. If you can get that, I don't know if they distribute that out nationally, but that is something that I believe it is available on their website, and they do ship. So Dave is saying the Augusta weeded. So I saw that. Never pulled the trigger on it. I think it was on Shared Pour or Sale Box, one of the two. So yeah. Gus is doing some pretty cool stuff. William's talking about favorite larcenies. B5225. So I have a C923. I don't have any of the 22s and everything like that. I saw in a store today at Drug City, they had an Elijah Craig B522 or 23. It was 22, which is an older batch from an Elijah Craig perspective. So Rick is saying everyone's saying this broad branch. I tell you, the cut above, very nice. Rick's just, you can tell Rick loves the high proof. Nice. Rick, you and Dollar Bill got to hang together because he's the high proof guy as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think Dave is talking here. Barrel did 2 different releases. There was a French oak and I think an American oak or toasted American oak that were supposed to be really, really good. And then they also released that cigar batch. So Barrel's doing some interesting stuff and everything like that. So, they were the original blending brand that was out there. They used to do all that blending and everything like that. I still, to this day, when I look at Barrel products, they confuse the hell out of me. I'm getting a little bit better. They're getting a little bit better with their labeling, but you would look at them and you'd see because usually there was rows of them. And you're like, well, what's what? You see ones with a number 35, 36, 37, whatever they're on now. And you see the regular shelf product, and then you see the gold, the silver, to this, to that. I'm like, what? And then you see the one that's got tropical colors on it. And I'm like, well, what is all this stuff? It's one brand that I never really went down the rabbit hole on or anything like that. So I've had good stuff from them. I think one of the best value pours out there from Barrel is the double barrel. So it's the double oak that they have. I want to say it's like a $40 or $50 bottle. And that is, I think, phenomenal for the price. Very, very good double oak product and everything like that. So I like it. So JT Melick. I had a sample of that and I was shocked. It's a rye whiskey. And I'm thinking, a rice whiskey. I'm like, right, made out of rice. And I was afraid. So I'm got a borderline diabetic. So I was afraid doing rice, thinking it would be more carb and more, even more sugars and that kind of stuff. But the flavor on that thing is just off the charts, kind of crazy and everything like that. I wish they had more distribution. They're kind of hard to find. Let's see. You have an IG. Yes, I am on Instagram. Yes, West Virginia Bourbon Guy on Instagram. That is correct. I'm still trying to figure out the whole Instagram's a whole nother animal, right? I have a buddy that does tons of stuff on Instagram. I have some people that I follow on Instagram and I also follow on YouTube. Their YouTube channels have very little subscribers, but their Instagrams are just blowing up. So I'm still trying to figure out the whole Instagram world and everything like that. And I think if I upgrade my StreamYard, there's a way where you could stream on different platforms, and I think you could do lives over there. So maybe that's something I'll explore in the future. Don't know. But yeah. Alrighty. So I'm trying to think. All these ryes. I need to drink a bourbon. I got to have something because too many rye pours. All right. I'm going to go to this. So this is an Onyx and Amber pick. This is done by my buddy Isaac. Isaac has a YouTube and Instagram. It's Isaac's Happy Corner. This is a 10-year wild turkey that is finished in maple. This thing is off the charts crazy. So this is one of his barrel picks. It is sold out and absolutely phenomenal. good stuff. This was part of the sample pack last week. Rob, I don't know if you've opened any of that stuff or had anything, but this one here is very, very good. So, not that I need to get the rye taste out of my mouth. I just want to have something that's not a rye. And this was good last week. And running out of room. Oh. It's crazy. You kill a few bottles and then you buy some more bottles, and it's like, where the hell did all this stuff come from? You know, I have friends ask me, Mike, you got a lot of bottles, man. Do you have a drinking problem? And I said, no, I don't have a drinking problem. I said, I think I have a bottle acquisition problem, because if I had a drinking problem, I wouldn't have this many bottles. They would all be gone. So don't drink enough, and I buy too much. I think if you would ask all of us, we all have that problem. Oh, you're going to sample after the show. Cool, Rob. Let me know what you think of this one. And this thing, the maple, it's so sweet, but you get that turkey funk in there. It's an old 10-year-old turkey. Oh, man. Wow. Ooh, that's gotten better. That's opened. Wow. Oh, that's good stuff. All righty. So I'm going to start getting some names entered into this this duck race. I've been hearing my phone ping and ding over here, so I know I got probably a lot of data entry to do. I'm going to enter a few names, chat a little bit, enter a few names, chat a little bit, and hopefully we'll get this done fairly quickly. And I will post a link soon with a Google Meets. So for those of you who are new to the channel and new to the whole Google Meet process, it's kind of where all the craziness happens. It's a lot of fun. We all hang out. We all just kind of, do our thing in a backstage, have a good time. It's just like a virtual bar, and kind of my virtual speakeasy, and it is a lot of fun. It's cool, and if you're able to join, please do. If you can't, well, I appreciate you all being here and everything like that. Hopefully I didn't scare anybody away, and apologize I had to do a bio break, but if I didn't do that, I would never, ever, ever, ever gotten through this far of the show. So, oh man, note to self: don't drink water, but be a little bit easy with the water. Probably because I drank too much water when I ate my dinner. So, here me one sec here. I gotta pull up got my Google Sheet that I enter all the names in on, which makes it a little bit easier. Then it's just I can copy down the name instead of entering it 5 or 6 different times, and then just copy and paste it into the duck race tool and everything like that. So bear with me 1 second here while I get this set up. Probably should have been more prepared and gotten this set up before. But I didn't. So I decided to go to Sagamore and everywhere else today, and I neglected my live stream duties and everything like that. So apologize for that. Let me pull this over to this screen here. So I apologize if I'm not looking at the camera. I have my camera offset today, different angle, and I think it works a lot better. So I'm trying not to look at my screen and look at myself. I'm trying to look at the camera, but there's a gap in between my 2 monitors here, my laptop monitor and my second monitor. So apologize for that. All my my presentation training and all that kind of stuff for work. People would yell at you for not looking at the audience and engaging, right? And talking to them, not past them or anything. All the training that you go through as a salesperson. So what's the bottle everybody is on the hunt for the next few months? What is out there? I know the Jack Daniels are supposed to be rumored to be dropping. They haven't dropped in my area yet. Actually, so last month in Montgomery County, Maryland, which is kind of a suburb of DC, the Jack 14 dropped. And Montgomery County does their drops on a Saturday, but they announce what's in the drop for on a Thursday. There were people in line. I think there were 12 bottles, the entire county, and there were people in lines on Thursday afternoon for a Saturday 10 a.m. open drop just to get a 14. So I see a lot of gold foil names in there. See the old granddad, the single barrel, 13th County Double Oak. I think you got to do, well, you live down there, close there, Tracy, so you're probably the one person that maybe could get it and everything like that. So yeah. I mean, for me, the one that I was the Elijah Craig. I mean, I'm a huge Elijah Craig fanboy. That was kind of the first, other than I started drinking years ago, like blended scotches, right? And then like Four Roses, not with the current Four Roses, the older Four Roses stuff. And I think the first Makers was kind of like maybe the first bourbon that I had. It was good, enjoyed it. But the first bourbon, I guess, was an Elijah Craig small batch. And I was like, oh, this is I just fell in love with that caramel vanilla. And again, I got into this, it was 3 years ago. And at that time, C923 had just dropped. It was kind of the end of 2023 when I got into all this craziness. And I go like a typical tater. I will walk into a liquor store. Hey, you got that Elijah Craig barrel proof? That C something? And they would look at me like, yeah, buddy. No, that's been going for a long time. That's allocated. You gotta. So that's how it was back when I started. So, and then everything Buffalo Trace was allocated, wasn't in stores anywhere. And that's why, not that I dislike Buffalo Trace, it's just that I went after so many other bottles because I couldn't find Buffalo Trace that I fell in love with all these other bottles. And when I went back to Buffalo, when I finally started tasting Buffalo Trace products, I'm like, well, the other stuff is better. I think to me, Buffalo Trace is very sweet, it appeals to the masses. That's my thing. Other than a handful of products, like their cash strength products, their Stag, their BTAC line, everything else they have is what, 100, maybe 107, 110 proof or less. So they don't do a lot of big cash strength stuff, a lot of bold expressions other than their highly allocated stuff. And I'd much rather chase an Elijah Craig or Larceny, or one of my favorite weeders is Rebel. I love Rebel products, and they're very cheap. You could buy a Rebel, the full proof single barrels, for $42 in my area. To me, that is very, very competitive, very, very good. So I'm going to get all these names typed in here, and I'm going to get them into the wheel, and I'm going to go through everybody's names And if I missed you somehow, just say it in chat. I don't run the race really fast or anything like that. And just let me know. And we'll go from there. Right. Right. I think that's all right. Well, I think that's Bobby. I'm not 100% positive. Just make sure. All right, hold on. Let me go to my other one. I apologize for being so quiet. I want to make sure I get this correct when I do this. Oh. Hooey. Righty. And make sure I got that one correct. Alrighty. I think I got everybody. You just double check and make sure that I did or not. Let's see. Dearland, Tracy, Sandy, Rob, Jim. Cool. Righty. Let me see if I can get these names into the old duck race machine. And then we'll call out everything. Before I do this here, let me and Mr. Renstrom, if you are still here, I think I gave you the ability to do more things as a moderator. I'm not sure. So I'm going to create this link and I am going to, let's see here. Oop. Give me 1 sec. Do this. And hold on 1 second, everybody. I think I got Dave correct on here. So, all right, we just do that and that. All righty. And all right, so that is the Google Meets for later. Dave, see if you can pin that. If you can't, then I'll try to log in and pin it as well, but I don't know. So, but let me share this real quick and we'll go from there. I hear people in the Google Meets are ready. If you can mute yourself so I don't hear you, that would be good. I don't need to be hearing myself and then hearing you. That would be awesome. Thank you. Whoever joined, I don't know. I heard it beep in my ear. All right, let me pull this in. Alrighty. All right, I'm gonna remove my All right, there, that's better. Sorry about that. I did not realize. I'll keep myself on the side there. Sorry about that. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you pointing that out. So let me go back to the top. So Dennis, this is your free one. I got Dave in for 4. He's not a rye guy, but he's in for 4. Jeremy's in for 2. CJP in for 1. Jerry is in for 2. Silly Yorkie's in for 2. Sandy in for 1. Rob is in for 1. Jim Turner's in for 2. Charles is in for 2. Keith is in for 2. Mr. Elijah Craig is in for 2. Robert is in for 1. I don't know if that's Bad Axe or not, but that was a name that came up. So, just, if you guys in the future, if you do stuff, just put your screen name in the message. That will help me. This Dennis, these are your 2 that you paid for. Charlie, this is your 2, and then Gandy's in for 2. So I think that is everybody. If I missed you, please say something in chat, and that would be appreciative. And Dave, I hear you. If you win, that's good. So there's going to be 2 races. Okay. I'll wait a couple of seconds just to make sure. I didn't miss anybody. And then we'll go ahead and get this thing rolling and then get to hang out in the after hours. All right. I don't see anybody pushing things into chat, so I think we're good. So we're going to set this. I always do 1 minute and 7. And we're going to set. And then let me mute. Turn that off. And I'm going to shuffle 5 times. All righty. So I appreciate everyone joining. Thank you very much. Thank you for your generosity. It does help. And like I said, next week we're going to do blind again. And then the following week is going to be my our small group blind. And we'll thanks, Dave. I will go ahead and try to pin it, or I will put it in the description of this here when the video is done. I'll go back and do that. So thanks. Appreciate everybody being here. And then on the 16th, me and Sandy are going to do the Silly Yorkie blind that she sent to us. So good luck, everybody. So usually these things do not get exciting and do not get crazy until the last 5 seconds or 10 seconds and everything like that. Gandy's in a good position. Vogelsang, maybe. Jeremy Dirks down the bottom there. Sandy, that duck kind of hanging back. Sandy's got the rock star duck there. She's got some orange hair, rocking it out. Dennis is a police officer. Charles is some pink striped thing. Pretty cool. All righty. And we'll go from there. Now, I might put up a little poll maybe this week to kind of say, hey, what should be the blinds for next week? Put up a couple different things and we'll go from there. All righty, 5 seconds. Charlie is going to come in and win. Congrats, Charlie. We can chat in after hours. Just let me know what you want to do or how you want to do that. If you want to gift it or whatever you want to do, congrats. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to race again. I'm going to reshuffle 3 times. And this is for just four random samples of single barrels that I have that I want to send out to everybody. So again, sorry for the craziness at the end and me entering everything in there. Congrats, Mr. Charlie Bourbon and Balls. You needed a win after your day today, or maybe you did win today. I don't know. A little craziness down there in Kentucky. You guys live way too close to Kentucky. All righty. So Dennis has got the free Charlie is the rye, and let's see. Who's going to win the samples? Alrighty. Everybody's bunched up, and Dennis and Mike are hanging out in the background. Let's see. Oh, Rye guy just dropped anchor. He floated back. Dennis, Gerald, and Charlie, that's not a good position to be in right there. Tracy is, maybe, will she hold on? Oh, is it going to be CJP again? Ooh, CJP the doctor. All right, Corey. It looks like I got to hand deliver some samples out to the great state of Oregon again. Nice. We'll chat in after hours, Corey. We'll figure something out. So appreciate everybody for joining and coming on tonight on a Saturday night. It is truly humbling that all you people will choose to come spend a few hours with me, listen to me yipper and yapper for 2 hours, having fun, sipping on some brown water. It's a beautiful thing. And thank you very much. Truly humbled. Bottom of my heart. I appreciate everybody who subscribed and is commenting on the videos. Thank you very much. And as I end always, and this is what it's all about, people, reminding you the pours are always best when they're shared with friends. Cheers, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening and come join us in after hours. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you later.